All right, welcome to Gatton CNC Live. And as you can tell, I am live here from my very, very hot shop. Um, I should have mounted that thermometer back here someplace where y'all can see it. It is right now about 88 degrees. I've got a floor fan right here. First of all, I hope y'all can hear me okay. If you can't, let me know. I'm going to try to watch the comments here. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to move this because I can't even see them on that monitor. But yeah, I got a floor fan right here. So hopefully there's not too much wind. I've got it on the lower setting. But if I turn that fan off, this will be like a 30-second show. I'm not going to stay out here without a fan. It is really, really hot. I can see from the comments, it looks like we've got, let me see if I can just snag this and move it over to this other thing here. I'm kind of, let's see who we got here. Big D in the house. Yeah, I can read them when I highlight them like that. Darren, hello Darren, how you doing? Jesse Brown, Keith Painter. Some people have to work. Yeah, I'm working right now, buddy. Just drilled the first tall for the wire. Okay. Let's see here. Gary Brady, audio is fine. Thank you, Gary. Dave Hosliff, I think. I don't never know how to say his last name. Jeremiah Brown, got to watch the new show. Dang right. All right, I see all the comments are coming from Facebook, so I don't know. They may not have a. Let me first explain how this about the show here. There's 3 places you can watch. Number 1, you can watch. Let me get them here. You can watch on my Facebook timeline. In other words, my personal Facebook thing, whatever you call it. Just type in Dave Gatton. It should be public, and it's broadcasting to there. The second place is on the Gatton CNC Facebook group, and that is the group, not the page. There's a difference. The Gatton CNC Facebook group, there's like 1,300 plus members there, and it has been shared and pinned to the top, so you should be able to watch it from there. And I would expect that's probably where most of y'all are coming from. And then, of course, the third place is on the website, www.davegatton.com. If you go to that website, it's right there on the front page, and it is live right now. However, when I stream to YouTube, it's streamed as an unlisted video. So if you say, well, I missed Dave's show, I want to go watch it, so I'm going to go to YouTube, you are not going to find it. It's unlisted. The only way to find it is to go to the website, and there will always be a link there, and you can watch it. You're still technically watching it on YouTube, but that's where you'll be watching it from. So once again, my Facebook timeline, the Gatton CNC Facebook group, or on the website, davegatton.com. And I'm guessing if anybody is over there, there is a YouTube comment. Landis Toots. Okay, so I guess it does have a chat feature as an unlisted. Because after I did it, I'm thinking, well, I don't even know if they'll be able to chat from over there, but it looks like you can. I'm assuming, Landis, if you can confirm that for me, buddy, I'd appreciate it. See, since you're commenting on YouTube, that you must be watching from the website, which is good. Okay, so that's how you watch the show. Now, let me mention one other thing, and this is probably the most important thing. This show is your show. I'm not doing this to try to build a big following or get lots of YouTube views. That's why I'm not even putting it on YouTube except as unlisted. This is your show. This is going to be about talking about, explaining, demonstrating whatever you guys want to see. It's going to be geared mostly towards the y'all let me know if I'm too loud, because I have to play around with there's no volume thing. I just have to move this mic farther away or closer. You know, it's whatever you guys want to see. It's you know, I just can't stress that enough. It's your show. The show times and days, right now I set it up for Wednesday at 3 o'clock. However, when we do these, if we've got, you know, if we got a lot of different comments coming in where people say, hey, I want you to show me this and I want you to show me that, then maybe we'll do shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays, or maybe we'll do one Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. You know, it doesn't really matter. I just want to keep the show short and to the point, and not try to cover too much stuff like we used to do in the old shows, because we used to take all kinds of questions and jump around all over the place. And then it was hard to go back and watch that show, you know, because a lot of times we'd be, you know, well over an hour. And for somebody to go back and go, well, I know they talked about, you know, limit switches on this episode, but, you know, finding it's, you know, like a needle in a haystack. So don't want to do that kind of thing anymore. I want to keep them short, just one or two topics. And like I said, whatever you guys want me to talk about, explain, demonstrate, whatever. Got the Gatton CNC right behind me. I've also right over here got my Avid CNC. So I've got my, if you look back, I think y'all can see it back up under here. I've got my rotary axis I can set up. I've got my laser on this thing. I've got a my trusty little pen holder if you want to see something about that. I mean, whatever you guys want to see, that it doesn't matter to me. But I, you know, the thing is, I need to know so that I can say, okay, this is what I'm going to be showing for this day, and then that way I can set up the cameras. I do have 2 cameras set up, and you know, I can get everything set up ahead of time so that you can get the most out of the show. You know, if you try to do it on the spur of the moment, you don't have the camera set up right and stuff like that, and it's just hard to see. Let's see, I got another comment there. Randy Hall on YouTube. Bart Bixel. Okay, Bart says he had to copy and paste the URL into the YouTube to get to the comments. Okay, yeah, because basically it's unlisted on YouTube, and so you won't be able to go find it. But if you go to the website, you can take that URL, because basically when you click on that, you're watching it on YouTube, even though it's embedded on the website. So you can copy that and then get to do the URL link, and that way you can do the chat. Okay, so we've got, and of course now that I moved it over there, I can't see. I can already tell I'm gonna have to change some stuff around for the future things, because my eyesight's not what it used to be. I got a TV over there which is much bigger than a monitor, so I can, if I highlight the comments, I can read them much better over there. But when I bring it over here, okay, there's Mary Mallory. Darren, video looks bad. Change from 140 to 720. Let me see what I'm set at. The camera should be set at, yeah, these are all set on 720. Unless you're talking about the YouTube setting. I don't know. Okay, all right. Yeah, we got a bunch of people here. I wasn't expecting this many folks with it being in the middle of the day like this. But let's see, what else did I want to talk about? Somebody had asked me in, I think during the coffee sessions, if I would still be doing the show and tell pics. Be happy to show off anything if you've done something, made something with your Gatton CNC that you're really proud of and you want to show it off. You can send me a pic and I'll share it with the audience here. Also, if you're just proud of your Gatton CNC build, send me a pic of that and I will show that off as well. Another thing somebody's asked me about previously was about guests. I could still have guests. I'm still using StreamYard so I can bring in guests. And I'd like to have guests if, for example, if somebody says, hey, we need help with this Arduino Gerbil thing. I know nothing about that, and I'm not going to learn about it because I don't use it. So if anybody else is out there that is pretty knowledgeable about it and wants to come on here and share their expertise, that'd be great. The only thing is you got to have a really good internet connection. And when I say good internet connection, I don't mean Wi-Fi. It really needs to be hardwired, because no matter how good your Wi-Fi is, you'll think it's working great, and then all of a sudden your video may be good, but your voice is all roboty, or vice versa. So need a good internet connection, a webcam, and of course a mic. But anybody that wants to come on the show, feel free to send me a message and let me know. Okay, one other thing I wanted to mention. I know on the Facebook page we have still, and probably going to keep on having, because it's just a thing, but we're probably going to keep having people asking a lot of questions about how to wire controllers, the people that want to do it themselves. There's the plug and play by the Hobby Box by Hobby, works great, and that's a great deal for the people who just want to get their machine up and running, but don't want to don't want to spend time learning about electronics. That's the best way to go. If you do, or maybe your budget doesn't allow you to buy that, and you want to save some money by building your own, I will be doing, and I don't know if you can, I guess you can see it right over my head here, just past the gantry, is the board that I had made before, where it's just got all the drivers and power supplies and all that kind of stuff, and my spaghetti wiring. But I'm going to be doing another one of those. I'm going to spend time. I'll make this one nice and neat, and I'm going to make it where it is just a display to use for training purposes, basically showing people how to wire drivers and power supplies and the main switch and that kind of thing. The only thing is, you'll have to remember, it won't be a one size fits all, because there's lots of different drivers out there. There's lots of different breakout boards or motion controllers. Probably what I will do is similar to what I did with that one back there, is I'll probably try to pick a common, either a motion controller or a breakout board. And if I get a breakout board, I'll probably use a UC100, simply because I have 2 or 3 of them around here. But I'll try to set up a basic wiring thing, and then if we get any questions, I can just grab the display, set it up here, and go, okay, here's what it is. And so I'm going to be doing that in the future, and I may do some of that live here on the show. I don't know, but I did want to show you guys one thing. I got this just yesterday, I think. This is a power supply, and I had never seen one like this before. I'm sure they're out there. I just never had got one. But this one is a 0 to 60 volts, but it's got a nice little knob instead of the little, I guess y'all can see that. I don't know if that camera will focus or not. But anyway, instead of having to put a screwdriver in there to adjust the voltage, it's just got a little knob where you can adjust it. So I thought that was kind of cool. So I'll be using this as one of the power supplies in that that display build I'm going to be doing. So all right, let's see. I'll try to keep up with the time, because I don't, like I said, I'm not going to be doing these very long. You can probably expect maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes or so. But I wanted to talk about, I saw some discussion about lead screws on the Facebook group the other day. And One thing I want to mention is the lead screws, you know, and I have people all the time go, well, you know, you spec these out and you get them from McMaster and they're expensive there and the shipping's high and all that stuff. I want to try to get them someplace else. Well, let me just caution you a little bit. You can get them wherever you want. I don't really care, but you need to make sure you get exactly the same thing that I'm speccing out that McMaster has. In other words, it needs to be 1/2 inch diameter. It needs to be 10 threads per inch, not 10 turns per inch, 10 threads per inch. And then it also needs to be a 5 start. These usually come in 1 start, 2 start, and 5 start. 1 starts, you can think of it as just a regular piece of all thread. It's still got the Acme threads, but it has 1 thread wound around there 10 times in an inch. The 2 start lead screws have 2 threads wound around there 5 times in an inch. So you get 5 turns to go an inch. This one is a half inch diameter, 10 threads per inch, 5 start. And I don't know if you'll be able to see that. Probably not. Let's see if I hold it right. I put a little marker on there, but there are 5 threads wrapped around here. And that allows you to get the kind of rapids that you can get with the Gatton versus just using a piece of all thread or something like that. So, you know, if you want to try to shop around, feel free to waste your time. And trust me, I tell you, I think that's probably what you're going to be doing. And I even saw somebody say, well, you know, with this COVID thing, you know, the prices have gone up. These lead screws have been $42.56 for a 6-foot length ever since the Gatton CNC has been around. They're exactly half as much, $21.28 for the 3-foot length. So yeah, maybe a little pricey, but they're worth every penny. And those of you who have built a Gatton and have been running it a while probably know that now, because that's the main part that's going to give you your accuracy, along with the Dumpster CNC Acme nuts and the Dumpster CNC couplers. And that's the other thing I wanted to talk about. And I think I'm going to switch to this other camera here real quick. Let me check and see if there's any. Hitch says great video audio. Thank you, Hitch. Would like to hook spindle up with the VFD. Okay. Yeah. Anytime you have suggestions for something you want to see, put them somewhere where I can go back and find them later, because I've got a notepad right here, and that's what I'm going to do, is be going back and get all these suggestions of what, like I said, this is your show, folks, what y'all want to see. And I will be making a list, and then we'll, you know, try to get 2 or 3 things maybe in a excuse me, Rona. That's just tickle. But we'll try to get 2 or 3 things each show. So let me switch cameras real quick, and I want to show something here about these lead screws, because we had a discussion on Facebook the other day where somebody said they were having trouble getting their Acme nut, I guess, on this lead screw. Well, this one, and I'm gonna try to hold these as steady as I can. This is like a factory in, and you can see it's already tapered just a little bit as I spin it around. And if I take that, if I take this coupler, and I do this whenever I'm getting ready to cut these, I just take it and make sure that it goes on there real easy, and it does. Okay, this side, this is a piece of drop that I had laying around. You can see this has got some nasty burrs and stuff on it. So I'm going to real quick show you the tools that I use to clean up the ends of these lead screws. And you don't have to have much. You see, I got a flat file, and then I have this little triangular file. So I just take this flat file. I'm going to try to make sure I keep this in the. I'm not trying to get too fancy with it here. I'm just trying to feel that I've got rid of all those little shavings and stuff, and there's nothing too sharp on it. You don't have to hit it much. Okay, and then after you do that, again, this is a 5 start, so let's see if I'm, all right, I guess I'm in the camera here. You want to take this little triangular one and just hit it just a couple of times. And I'm even doing this without my glasses, so I hope I'm hitting the spot. But you should spin it around. There should be 5 places to hit. It's a 5 start lead screw. I think I still got one more to go right here. All right, and see now, I mean, it's not real pretty. It's not tapered or anything, but there's nothing sharp right there. And this should go on there just like that. You don't have to get them pretty. When I get a lead screw, if I've got an end that's got a taper, and some of them are already tapered more than this, I always put this end against my stop and cut from the other end if it's squared off. And then that way, I just try to cut it straight. You can use either a hacksaw, you can use, I use an angle grinder with a cutoff wheel in it. Just if you do that, be careful, make sure you got a full face shield on in case the disc busts apart on you. Don't use Harbor Freight disc, use good disc. And that's it. It doesn't take long at all to get them all cleaned up. So that's one thing I wanted to talk about today. The other thing was, and this kind of played right into, since I was going to talk about lead screws today, somebody on there said that they had, ordered their motors, ordered their couplers and their Acme nuts here from Dumpster and all, and get ready to stick this on here, and they're like, wait a minute, this has got a 1/4 inch hole, and this motor is obviously bigger. This one is actually about 393, which would be 10 millimeters. So this is a metric thing. So, and I've said this before, I'll keep trying to remind folks, don't get excited and go, when you get your plans and you go looking through the list and your price and stuff, don't go buy everything at once, because these 2 things right here, these are the last 2 things you'll put on your machine. At least if you build them the way I build them, these would be the very last 2 things you put on there. But you do have to know what stepper motors, what your specs are for the shaft size, so that when you order these from Dumpster, you can get the correct bore size. And I want to, let me switch cameras back here for a sec. Yeah, there we go. All right, I'm going to go to, slide this up here. Hopefully I typed that right. Yeah, it looks like I did. Okay, as soon as I get this up. All right, I'm going to do screen share real quick. Okay, here's the Dumpster CNC website. And Tim has made this really easy for people that are wanting to build a Gatton CNC kit. In fact, you can see I'm the top one right here, Gatton CNC kit. So if you click on that, oh, I'm in the wrong spot here. I got to be over here on this screen, I think. Yeah. Okay. You click on here. This is the, and it says for a Gatton CNC router right here. Okay. Well, notice you come down here. It says Gatton CNC anti-backlash kit. So it's talking about the, let me move that out of the way. It's talking about the Acme nut. Okay, and you notice that they come in 1/4 inch bore, 3/8 bore, 1/2 inch bore, and then also in 6, 8, and 10 millimeter. So Tim really doesn't care which one you want. He just needs you to select the right one. So if you do mess up and order these, and by default, it's always going to be the 1/4 inch bore, because that's the way it used to be back in the day, that nobody ever got anything but 1/4, because that's what the old Xylotex kit came. But now everybody's getting different motors. So if you do mess up and you just buy it without changing this, and say you got 10 millimeter steppers like this one that I just showed, it's not really that big a deal if you contact Tim even after you've received them. He will most likely, and I don't want to speak for him, but he will most likely just swap them out for you if you send those back. I think that's what he's been doing in the past. So, and also, if anybody has any questions about these different Acme nuts and stuff, he's got a FAQ here, frequently asked questions, and it tells you, how long they'll last, what kind of accuracy you can expect. He pretty much tells it like it is. He says the bottom line right here: if the mechanics of your machine has no backlash and you have low friction linear motion, these lead nuts will give you near zero backlash. And that's what I have found. And I have been using these for literally 15 years. I've been using these same exact ones, the same flange, everything. I've used these exact ones, as well as the couplers, for the past 15 years. That's why I spec'd them out when I did the Gatton CNC plans. And that's why if I build something new, I'll probably still use them, because they just work. There's nothing, no reason to look for something else. All right, let me go through here real quick. Let's see what time it is. I can't see that thing. All right, looks like we're on here about 30 minutes or so, so we'll start wrapping this up. Let me just see who's here. John Nave's here. Do you have USB control board hooked up anywhere in your shop? Not really. I have the, what I've got my Gatton running on right now is that old board back there, but it's connected with, and I think if you look right there, you might be able to see it. I don't know. But there's a cheap breakout board that's got the parallel port, and then I run a USB from this computer over here in this kiosk using a UC100, and then it has the parallel cable that connects to that, and that's how that all runs. Let's see, Mark, pricey is a subjective thing. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, Mark, they've been that price, that $42.56. They've been that since I started to Gatton. They've been different prices, some lower and some higher. But when I started to Gatton CNC, that's what they were, and they're still the exact same thing. They haven't changed. Let's see, we got Jeremiah Brown. Good deal, like the short and sweet show. Still got to get to my job. Yeah, and I get it that it's middle of the day. It's 3 p.m. or 3:30 now here, and 12 or 12:30 out on the West Coast, and not everybody's going to be able to watch it. But I want to keep them short, where if somebody is, wants to find something else and find something out and they miss the show, they'll be able to go back, because I'll be going back and adding to the title on the unlisted YouTube thing and be adding in the title that, you know, lead screws and couple, you know, I put in there what we've talked about, and may even go back and put the little time links and stuff. Because I just want to keep them short. I think it's better just to stick to, you know, one or two things and then go on. There's Russ Meadows. I just want to give some quick shout outs. Jeff Morgan. Thank you, Jeff. Becca Miller. Texas well represented. Yep, they always are. I think Mark Lindsay's got a good video on torquing that. Quite frankly, it's a feel thing for me. I have one of these which are really handy. It's a 3/32 T thing, and it's just, you tighten one side. You know, when you tighten it up, you stick it in and you tighten one side. I mean, when I say tighten, I'm talking about just a little turn and another little turn. You keep going back and forth, kind of like the way you would do your lug nuts on a car tire. It's just a feel thing for me. I never have mine come loose. But yeah, if you're a nerd and you want to know all the specs and stuff, go to Mark Lindsay's video. He's got it right down to he probably have a link where he can tell you where to get a torque wrench like that. But it's just a feel thing for me. All right, Georgia. Thank you, David. George, thank you. Bring your glass. I've got my glasses right here. It's hard to wear with this thing here. I figure as long as I can highlight a procedure from. See, this is what I'm talking about. If you put stuff like this in the comments, that's what I'll write down and then try to do it. And even if it's going to take too long to talk about it, I'll try to shoot a short video where we can, you know, screen share the video or something during this or something. So yeah, that's what I need. Yeah, I only wish more people would take that pro tip, Mark. Everybody looks at that price and of course with the shipping and like, oh, I got to find a better deal somewhere. But you know, if it takes you 2 days to find that better deal, you didn't save any money, because time is money. All right, guys, I think I'm going to wrap this one up. Let me put my glasses on like Becca says. See, I can't get a stupid thing here. They're probably on here crooked. 35 minutes. Okay, I think I'm caught up on stuff. All right, anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this first brand new hands-on. I don't know what else to call it. Live from my junkie shop. There'll be lots of cool stuff coming. Like I said, it's all going to be whatever you tell me to do. You know, I'll be demonstrating, running the machine. If it's something I can't do with a Gatton, I got the Avid right here. I can always swing the camera around 90 degrees and do it with the Avid. Because a lot of the things that we're going to be talking about here, you know, again, it's going to be kind of aimed at the Gatton CNC folks, but there's so many things that, you know, carry over to all kinds of CNCs. So that's how it's going to work. Let's see let me check my notes here real quick to make sure I didn't miss anything, and I don't think I did. Again, if anybody wants to be a guest, if somebody's out there is a Jam Up Fusion 360 guru and would like to get on here and share some you know, some tips on how to draw something real quick and bring it in. I've always been more of a SolidWorks guy, and nobody has SolidWorks. And I just can't make myself use 360. I've tried. I just can't do it. But anybody wants to do it, you know, come on and let me know. So, all right, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I've had way more people than I thought I'd have at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So thank you all, and let me know what you want to see. Once, you know, I didn't really know for sure until kind of last minute I was going to do the thing about the lead screws, and then I saw somebody talking about the bore size and that. So I thought, okay, well, that'll be a good one to start with. But in the future, I'll probably, when I post the link to the show, I'll also be saying what, we're going to be demonstrating or whatever. So you get a heads up, and you may not even want to watch that one. If you don't, that's fine. But anyway, we're going to get out of here. Thank y'all for watching, and we will see y'all next time. Everybody take care.